Congratulations for showing up for day 2 of the Competitive Life Challenge for event staff. And today is going to be on guest experience, because guest experience is another way to lead. Guest experience, also known as GX, is the way that you can lead your audience, whether it's a studio director, a coach, a director, or a parent, or an athlete, or an artist, because they're coming into your care and they're saying, hey, I want to do my best work. I'm hoping you're creating an environment for me to do my best work. And of course, GX can be both in advance, as well as on site, as well as after the event, to provide some of the best guest experience and leadership to your audience as possible. I want you to answer something in the comment section now. When you have conflict with a studio owner, a coach, a director, or any audience member at that fact, whether it's on email, by phone, or on site, how does, when you have that conflict and that confrontation, how does it impact your ability to do the best work of your life? So put that answer in the comment section. And the reason I want you to put your answer is we have multiple people from multiple competitions, from multiple industries. We're all going to share their answers in a vulnerable fashion where we get to go, oh, I'm not so alone as I thought. So hopefully you put that answer in the comment section. If you didn't, do it now. How does conflict and confrontation impact your ability to do your best work? Now, the reason I ask this is because I want you to do your best work. And as we said yesterday, leaders build more leaders. You create environments for people to do their best work, and that allows you to do your best work as well. I want to introduce you to a high-level concept of a tool that I love to teach, and that's the storytelling gap. And the storytelling gap is sometimes there's people at your event who are down here in the gap versus up here, and those people down here are what we call bad storytellers. They tell bad stories. They walk away from your event and they start telling people, or they start writing reviews on how awful their experience was. On the other end of the spectrum is amazing storytellers. These are people who tell anyone and everyone about their experience at your event, even people who don't care. So put in the chat section right now, what's a brand, whether it's an artist, an airline, a restaurant, a product, that you're a good storyteller for, meaning you'll tell anyone who listens, even people that don't care. So for me, I'll share mine, Global Tea Hut. I'm a big tea drinker, and even people who drink coffee or orange juice or don't drink any liquids at all, I tell them about it because I think they're just such an amazing product provider and service provider. So for you, what's yours? You'll tell anyone, even if they don't care about that product or service. Because the idea is we want to get our guests to a point where they're an amazing storyteller. And if there's conflict and confrontation, there's always an opportunity to close the gap from bad storyteller and eventually get them to be an amazing storyteller. So many of us, I know, walk in and we think of conflict and confrontation and we think of negative experiences. I want to flip that on its head and go, wow, conflict and confrontation is just my ability to close the gap to eventually get my guests or my audience to be amazing storytellers. So I want you to answer 2 questions in the chat section. And I don't want you to give the studio or school or teams a name. I just want you to think about, what's a time in your competitive career where you did something to slowly move the gap from bad storyteller to amazing storyteller? Maybe it was you got a dancer a bottle of water. Or maybe it's you sent an apology card for something you said on site. So I want you all to share what you did to close the gap from bad storyteller to amazing storyteller in moments of conflict, so that we can all learn from one another. And then question 2 I have for you on this same note is, what's something you can do this week to start to move the gap from bad storyteller to amazing storyteller with a school or studio you already have a relationship with? And as you say these things, we get to learn from one another. What are the opportunities to lead our staff? Remember, competitions, sometimes people walk away unhappy, and that's okay. But that's your opportunity to lead good GX, good guest experience.